Oh shit! You remember that picture that was posted on social media of your boy Swae Lee from Rae Sremmurd with the alleged hip hop tranny Sidney Starr, and how he was basically like, "Look, Sidney is a man I didn't know, but if y'all ask me to take a picture, and I'd be like, no, this is why, because he has to deal with this fuck shit out here." So Shauna Brooks is a tranny who's friends with Sidney Starr. Whew. When Shauna Brooks saw that Swae Lee was calling Sidney Starr a man, Shauna posted this photo of the other member of Rae Sremmurd, which is Mac Daddy. I'm sorry, they're not crisscross. I'm sorry, wrong group. Mac Daddy and Daddy Mac are crisscross. Excuse me. This is Slim Jxmmi. And if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as the original picture with Swae Lee with Sidney, click the link below, visit my blog. There'll be a link there for you to see the story. But anyway, Shauna Brooks posted this photo with Slim Jxmmi, right? And here's what Shauna had to say on social media. Shauna said, and I quote, "At Rae Sremmurd, tell your bro at Feng Shui that if he's going to hashtag clap back in 2015, at least use educational terms such as transgender and not quote unquote man. Because that night, y'all was not calling at Sidney Starr a man. Y'all was actually trying to get her to come back to y'all's room." Sad face emoji, crying emoji. At baller alert, hashtag I ain't got no type, hashtag Shauna Brooks, hashtag do what. Now, for the record, if y'all don't know what do what means, that's a term that stupid people down south use. Basically, for example, if you didn't hear what somebody said, a normal person would say, "Excuse me, could you repeat that, please?" Down south, they say, "Do what?" Like, no, you fucking fool. Do what? Do but. Nobody told you to do shit. But anyway, I don't know where Sean is from, but that's some southern crap. But anyway, enough about the South and how I don't give a fuck about the South. So baller alert caught some of Swae Lee, some of Swae Lee's comments on social media. So shout out to baller alert for catching this. They stay on their job just like the Shade Room. So baller alert caught the comments and Swae Lee said, and I quote, "If he knew you was a man, he wouldn't have did that. Trust me. But don't be trying to make it seem like we just kick it. I don't have nothing against nobody. But don't try to put us out there like that's some square shit. Bad bitches only. But everyone be themselves. We out here being nice enough to everybody, jumping in they pics and shit. And this is what you run off and do? Hell no." End quote. So there you go. That's the gist of what happened. Sidney Starr posted a photo with Swae Lee. Swae Lee said that Sidney Starr was a man. Shauna Brooks got pissed off because Sidney Starr was called a man and basically tried to out Slim Jxmmi. But here's the deal. If somebody's a genital mutilator, a transsexual or trans testicle or whatever people are calling it, transgendered, that's what they call them nowadays. At the end of the day, you are what you were born as. That's just my opinion. Well, actually, scientific fact. Well, there's no reason for people to get so mad at this goofy rap boy that they go post pictures of you kissing cheeks and whatnot. Because that doesn't prove that Swae Lee or Slim Jxmmi like the Slim Jxmmi up there Swae Lee. That doesn't mean that they don't have any type for what type of dildos that they have in their life. It doesn't mean that the no flex zone means no flex in the butt cheeks. You just keep them open. That's not what that means. It doesn't mean that these boys twerk like they're from Russia. Just because he has this picture up there with you kissing him on the cheek, you probably thought you were a chick. But you're not. And for Shauna or anybody else who's a transsexual or whatever to get so upset, it just proves that the person is correct. So what Shauna should have done is just not said anything. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that Shauna was trying to defend Sidney Starr's honor. And Sidney's cool. Sidney's calmed down over the last several years. The last time Sidney did some fucked up shit was the whole Chingy thing. I hate to bring it up. I hate talking about that. That was a long fucking time ago. But that shit was real fucked up. But I don't think Sidney wants to be known for that. Because Sidney's actually a musician. So Sidney has a lot more going on than the whole chingy thing from years ago. But anyways, this is all my opinion. Shout out to Sidney. Shout out to Swae. Shout out to Slim Jxmmi. And Shauna Brooks, take several seats. You're going to go around posting pictures, you kissing. What if that boy got his pride hurt and then wanted to say or do something to Shauna? Then, of course, that would be quote unquote gay bashing, wouldn't it? It would be some transphobia, transphobic bullshit. That's what he would be called, a transphobe, if things escalated. Sometimes we have to see stuff, not like stuff, and just chill out on it. But you don't have to listen to me. Nobody. First of all, Shauna's never going to see this video. But the point is, I'm a fucking nobody. But the point is that sometimes we got to let shit slide. We can't always be petty and be posting pictures like that. Because what if people believe that he's going around fucking trannies in the ass? What if people believe it? He said he ain't got no type. What if people believe that shit? But this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. And for the record, my advice is to get a type, because having pictures floating around the internet of trannies kissing you on the fucking face is looking real suspect, bro. That shit is looking crazy. See, let me stop. Meat Magazine.